If you're thinking about buying a condo or co-op apartment in New York City, you may be wondering how much money you'll need. The tangible cost of buying an apartment in New York City are your buyer closing cost as well as the down payment. Buyer closing costs are between 1.5% to 5%, depending on whether you're buying a condo or a co-op, paying cash or financing, or buying into a new development. You can estimate your buyer closing cost using Hauseit's Buyer Closing Cost Calculator. To calculate how much apartment you can afford, visit Hauseit's Home Affordability Calculator. Both are available at www.hauseit.com. So what are the costs of buying an apartment in New York City? The actual cost of buying an apartment consists of your buyer closing cost, as well as your down payment. The intangible cost of buying an apartment in New York City include the time spent finding the right apartment, the emotional energy you'll exert after finding an apartment as you navigate towards closing, and the occasional headaches of home ownership. Fortunately, there are a number of benefits to buying versus renting in New York City. These benefits include tax deductions, stability, portfolio diversification, and the ability to obtain inexpensive leverage by taking out a mortgage. How much are buyer closing costs in New York City? Buyer closing costs in New York City are between 1.5% to 5% of the purchase price. There is a wide range of potential closing costs in New York City because they depend on a number of factors. These include the apartment type, condo versus co-op, how much you finance, how much your lawyer charges, and whether you're buying new construction. Buyer closing costs are higher for condos and co-ops if you're financing because of the mortgage recording tax and title insurance. These additional closing costs only apply to real property. Since co-op apartments are not considered to be real property, buyers of co-ops do not have to pay these closing costs. Quick tip: you can save money on your purchase and reduce your buyer closing costs by requesting a Hauseit Buyer Closing Credit. We've helped buyers in New York City save millions of dollars in closing costs since we opened our doors in 2014, and we would love to help you too. To request a Hauseit Buyer Closing Credit, visit www.hauseit.com. How much is the down payment on an apartment in New York City? While it's usually possible to put 10% down on a condo, most co-ops require a minimum down payment of at least 20%. If you're a bit short on cash, you can try to supplement your assets by requesting a gift from a family member. Not all co-op apartment buildings permit gifting. One easy way to get around this is to receive a gift well in advance of your purchase. Most co-op board applications only ask for around 3 months of bank statements, so your gift won't be noticed if you receive it before the beginning of this review period. How much savings should I have after buying an apartment in New York City? Most banks will require you to have at least 6 months of combined monthly mortgage, taxes, and common charges or maintenance payments after you close on your apartment purchase. If you have other debts such as student loans or a car payment, this 6-month reserve requirement will also include the amount of your other fixed monthly debt. Unfortunately, most co-op apartments in New York City will require around 2 years of post-closing liquidity in order for you to receive co-op board approval.